What's happening? Life's been lifing as of recent. As you would see if you tune in, if you watch every video that I put out one in a month, pretty much since my trip to Greece. And then since then I've had a trip of a lifetime to New York. I've seen some of my best friends. And I've also had time to sort my life out. And that's what I've been spending the whole year doing, but really the last few weeks and months life's got real and change has kicked in, change for the better, and change I was waiting to happen, sort of waiting to happen to me rather than grasping it myself and going, you've got to be the one to make the change. So I'm going to try and make videos in all the available time that I've got, and today I've got some. Done gym, sun's out, no other plans today, apart from Toby Carvery. Got Toby Carvery later, can't wait. But today I'm going to talk about life in contradiction and what is a polymath as a human and how do we create depth for ourselves. What is the nature of contradiction in our life? And ultimately, life is full of contradictions where we are living in order. We're being told what to do. We're being told how to live. We're being shaped how to live by the government, by our families, by ourselves to keep ourselves in line. However, we're also creating and living in chaos where everything's changing every day, and we're also trying to make it more exciting for ourselves. This also goes hand in hand with having a responsibility to be safe, to earn, to create a living, to survive, whilst also trying to find that freedom to actually live fully and feel like we're getting the most out of it. We often treat this contradiction like it's a problem that we have to solve, and a problem that we have to solve now. When we've got a whole life to figure it out, certain things have to be done quicker and sooner before we get to a certain stage in our life where if we want to have grandkids, then maybe we will have to meet someone before our 40s so that they can grow up and have kids themselves. Whilst, yes, we say it's a problem, it's really, like I said, just our reality of life. Something that we have to live by and we can't change. We wake up and something happens. We don't know what's going to happen, and that's the excitement of it. Contradiction also means to live fully and to live and learn and continuously learn and holding both them sides at once without them sort of collapsing into one another. So we're trying to live and we're trying to learn, and they've got to come together. Now, what is the polymath ideal as a person? Being a polymath isn't about sort of collecting the achievements, the awards, the titles, the status. It's about being a person that follows their genuine curiosity and how they're looking to grow on their own path. Something that maybe they're trying to get that freedom on their own, the personal freedom, where they can live every day and not have to turn to someone for an answer to their question. They've got the answer to themselves. It's about giving yourself that permission to live and to also be many things and many different people all at once without having that sense of, is this the right thing to do? Am I going to be judged? Being a polymath is just about being fully alive and happy with where you're at and willing to change and wanting to solve your own problems without, like I said, looking to others. There's also the theory of breadth versus depth, where is there a false divide where we are told, don't spread yourself thin, pick a lane and get good at it, survive in that lane? A lot of the time now in the new age though, people are becoming better at other things and making sure that rather than just picking one thing and sticking with it, they are going to spread themselves out, get good at other things, get qualified in other things, and really take life how it should be taken, and that's by just putting yourself out there and trying new things. Breadth and depth aren't enemies. They work hand in hand, and they allow you to care deeply in more areas than one. And this is your work, your freedom, your family, yourself. And trying to connect these threads, there's not a lot richer than that in life. We also live in tension with ourselves for the majority of it, and also just waiting for responses of people that we can't rely on. We've always got that voice in our head saying, am I actually doing too much? Or am I maybe missing out? Or am I even doing too little? And what can I do to change this thought in my head? And obviously, yes, this tension is going to be uncomfortable. But it's also where this growth in our lives lives. We grow when we sense there's an issue, or when we sense we can do more. And if we never had them thoughts in the first place, that tension, that period in our life where we go, this isn't 100% me, then will we make that change? These pulls between the opposites of doing too much or missing out, these sharpen who we are daily, weekly, yearly, and it also comes with a shift in lifestyle and perspective. We also are able to create a depth through connection with others from in our own head, and also that sort of overwhelming responsibility that isn't always put on us by ourselves. The deepest insights don't always come from us putting all our focus into one field. They come when we sort of bring the two worlds, two things in our life together, where we have multiple friend groups and we jump between them. And then sometimes when you bring them together, it's like, oh, this doesn't mould. Only when you bring these two groups together and you realise, oh, the mould is actually what I want, you get that insight of, I might actually not do that again. Or it might go great and you go, my friends in this group can make friends with this group and they can make new friends, and I've got a big group that we can all hang out together. You never know unless you try and gain that insight. Contradiction becomes that bridge between ourselves, our thoughts, others, perspective, not a barrier. We also need to look at the perspective of personal wholeness for ourselves, where it's similar with the polymath, where I said, in the end, really, in the end, what is the point of life? Is it about prestige? Is it about being impressive? No. It's about living. It's about living in that freedom state that we want, whilst carrying that responsibility, whilst controlling our chaos, whilst staying in order, whilst staying safe. And we can't cut ourselves short. We can't hold ourselves back by going, I'm underqualified. I don't think I can do it. If someone else can do it, with a little bit of training, with a little bit of hope, with a little bit of time, I can do it as well. Yes, I won't be a NASA space engineer, but I'm also not really that passionate about it. But someone will. Someone will in the new generation. They're going to have to be for development. It's just all about belief, where we need to embrace contradiction and let ourselves live the whole self of complexity in our lives. So, what is the power of contradiction? We can't run from it. If we run from it, we will miss out. If we run from it, we will feel like everything is a problem, even though we have the solution the whole time. We just have to work for it. Let ourselves be a lot. Be in loads of areas. Have our fingers in loads of pies. Especially apple pies, they're class. Hold many truths. Hold personal truths. Hold truths about your friends. Share the truth with friends. And also share and hold the hard truths. The ones that you tell yourselves and them. The reality. Don't hold on to it, because then you will be holding yourself back. You need to share. You need to create depth and conversation and connection, like I've already said. And by doing this, we become more human.